Good morning, people. All right, I am going to make Greek yogurt in my Ninja Foodie. This is whole milk from the store next, like around the corner from our house. And what I do is I pour the milk. Pot's all nice and clean. Everything's ready to go. All you need to do is pour the milk, making sure that you have the base on there. Then you come down to the controls and you push it to start. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn the dial until it hits yogurt. And then you're going to push start. What happens is now it'll bring the milk, the whole milk, up to 180 degrees to kill any of the bacteria. Now I will close this, and it doesn't need any sealing or venting or anything like that. You're just going to put the lid on, close it, and once this boils, it'll sound, and then you can do your next step. And I'll be right back for that little process. Okay, so now that this milk has come to a boil in the foodie, I took the pot out and set it on towels on the counter so that it can cool. I'm going to cover it to keep any dust and out of it, and it'll probably have to cool for about 2 hours or so. And once that is cooled down to temperature, I will put it back in the foodie, and then I will add the starter, the yogurt starter, and then we'll continue. Okay, so now that we have let this cool down, we are going to add the starter. Now what a yogurt starter is actually yogurt. This is what I have used from before. I just take a little bit out. That's about 1/4 cup. Can't really see because it's so close, but 1/4 cup, and it is still frozen. But we're going to add it to the yogurt. That's just telling me it's time to add and stir. So you can see it's in there. So now we're going to take this and we're going to stir. And it's already starting to dissolve into this mixture. And it will still keep going. So now what we have done so far is we've put the milk in here and we have put it on boil. The foodie brought it up to a boil, approximately 180 degrees. And then we had to let this cool down. And then once it's cooled down, I took it out, the pot out to cool, and just let it set on the counter for a little bit. And what happens is it cools down, and that way, once you put the, I hear ya. Once I put the yogurt starter in, it's going to start fermenting, and then we just are going to leave it for 8 hours. And you can see it's already, if you can find the ball there, yeah, right there. See, it's already shrunk very much so. So I'm just going to let this go in there. It doesn't need to dissolve completely because it will dissolve in the milk because the milk is still pretty warm. So now what I do on my foodie is I add, it says stir, and I stirred it. It says add, which I added the culture, which is, you know, a ball of yogurt actually. You can, if you're making it for the first time, you put your milk in here, but then you add a carton or container of plain Greek yogurt. Just plain. No, you don't want any flavorings or anything. Just add it in there, stir it through, and it'll be fine. So then now you add, you stir, and now you can see it says ferment. and it will ferment for 8 hours. You can ferment it longer, but Daryl does not like it to be really tangy. So I only do it for the 8 hours, and he says that that is plenty of time. So now I will put the lid on, and once the lid is on, it'll just stay on there, stay in this until for the next 8 hours. So it is almost noon. It's 11:49. So at approximately 8 o'clock ish, I will take it out, and I will strain it, and I'll come back and I will film that part, and then it'll sit in the refrigerator until morning as the whey is draining out of the yogurt. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Okay, we are back at the foodie, and here is what it looks like when the culture and milk have come together. And you can see the whey is separating. That's just the liquid, and the milk is now formed a solid. And we are going to take it and we will pour it into a yogurt strainer. It's very thin, very small holes in here so that it drains out very well. And then after it drains, I will put the lid on it, put it in the fridge until tomorrow morning, and the whey will be down here, and what is left in here will be Greek yogurt. And the longer that you let it sit in the strainer, the thicker that it will get. And trust me, tomorrow it'll be very thick. So we will go ahead. I'm going to have Daryl pour that into there. Might be hot, so now you want it so it's not all over the place, but that's okay.
Is that good?
Yep, that's fine. Okay, so now what happens is you can see it kind of reminds me of the cheese curd, and I'm going to check and see if it's possible to make something with this besides yogurt. Maybe there's some type of a softer cheese that you can make with the curd, but you can see, let me pull them back, it is dripping. So now I'll put the cover on there, and I will put it in the refrigerator, and that will stay until tomorrow morning, and we'll see you then. Okay, so here we are. I just pulled this out of the refrigerator. This is the Greek yogurt. You can see on the bottom the whey, and we'll open up the strainer one-handed, and there you go. Look at how that is. That looks amazing. Very thick, and that's what you want. Now with this, you can use this in all kinds of recipes that call for plain yogurt. You can actually use it as a sour cream in some dishes. I like to use it on tacos instead of sour cream. If I don't have any, this will work just as fine. Now this is not as tangy as what you get in the store because it's only been fermented for 8 hours. So it's more creamy with just a very slight tang. And I will add, well, right now I will put it in these containers, and I will add some honey to it, or like Splenda of sorts. So I will do that, and then Daryl can add, if he wanted, granola, nuts, or fruit. We do freeze-dried fruit, and he loves to put them in his yogurt, and it's very healthy. So I am going to scoop these into those containers, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the Greek yogurt made from whole milk, bought from the store. And I'm just going to put the lid on it, and it's going to go in the fridge. It does not have any sweetener in it as of yet. I will do that another time. Or Daryl can do it on his own if he wants to add honey or if he wants to add maple syrup. So, whatever he decides. I make it for him mostly. I can't have dairy right now, so he will have a good snack. So now I just got to empty out the whey and wash these up, and that'll be the end of it. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope that you've learned something. And I hope it turns out, because it's been in pieces. So, and it's on Daryl's phone, not mine. So, I hope you like this, and I hope you subscribe, and tell your friends, put the bell on so that whenever there's a video, which I don't do very often, but that way you get a notification. Okay, well, you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.